Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Jordan's back. I've discarded the rig. I've regained control of my senses. That was pretty whack.
You're going to
Wow.
you're
I,
getting
I
stabbed
dude,
on
I black out when I put on the wig. I don't have any control over
you.
her.
She was doing fine till the very end. What do you think he was gonna do? Like, oh yes, please, little girl, don't hurt me, and I'll stop beating children.
Well, I'm like, well, I guess. Sorry, Juan. I guess I'm gonna kill him.
Don't kill him. You're gonna get in
No.
trouble.
Kill him to ask forever. We'll never see rocks again. Part
You know
two.
what's gonna happen? Like,
You might as well do there.
because I'm gonna use my quick draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eviscerate and curse him.
Come on, no.
Oh
Am
my
I-
god.
My eviscerate. Well, actually, correction. I'm gonna impediment curse, so I'm gonna make him go still, and then I'm going to eviscerate him.
Oh my god.
And if that fails, I pull out the big boys.
Don't pull out the big boy.
Yeah, I'll bring out the C word.
Oh,
Crucio.
no,
Oh wow.
no.
Oh my
Hark,
god.
hark. If one of us got thrown into Azkaban, that's it for the character.
That's
We will have
that's
to
as good
get
as
this
that.
back up one.
If any of you get thrown into Azkaban, you're not going to be able to play as that character in the next act. No.
Cool. I'll get to play as Alec.
We might do. That's not going to mean that the character won't appear and you won't be able to play that character at all. But it's not going to be the main character that you're going to play in Act 2. You'll be playing a different character in Act 2.
Roxana, bye bye.
Oh, I guess that future she had planned with Ayika isn't gonna happen now.
Levi, we need your dad. We need your dad, Levi.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
you need a
me
good
out.
lawyer. You're going to get a really good lawyer.
I wasn't gonna metagame. I was like, hey guys, I have a lawyer dad. Why don't we just have him thrown in jail for beating his children? Like, we could do that instead of threatening him in his lawn.
I think Juan is gonna be like, "What did we fucking talk about? Like, why did you do this?" And she's like, Because I just picture her that, like, if it goes down the way that I think it's gonna go down, like, she's gonna say, "Look, it wasn't the right thing, but I feel no remorse." So, okay, Roxy's character development it's going a different way, guys. I think she's turning
Why do we
into a
not
little
take into
Chevette.
consideration that this man? Why are we not taking into consideration that this man might be really good at magic? Like, he's an adult magic person who's like done magic way longer than us.
Well, even then, I don't think he's gonna kill me on the front of the house.
All he's gotta do is stupefy you, though. That's what I'm saying. Is like all he's gotta do is stop you from killing him. He doesn't need to kill you.
Well, he'll stupefy me, and then I'll be like, well, that sucked. And then I'll wait till he goes to bed, and I'll tickle his toes.
Yeah, that's so you'll do.
I actually blame you, AJ. I blame you, AJ.
Why?
Why are you blaming him?
I just wanted to blame AJ. I don't know.
Oh my god, I just
nicest
love that.
guy campaign.
I can't wait.
Well, the Christmas party was nice up until that point, huh, people?
Yeah,
Like, everything went really well.
I thought Ivan is not making a scene. This might go well. Yeah, he might yell at me after, but no, Roxy.
Ivan was, in his best possible behavior. He grumbles a little bit, but he didn't say anything until somebody took him out in the lawn. So
I was so afraid he was going to start yelling or something at Naila, and he would one would have to step up to him.
No, he was fine until that happened. So
I just remember, like, all the way back when Juan told her originally about, like, his abuse and what he suffered. The first word she says to him is, "When I meet this Juan, I'm gonna hit him so hard he sees God."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is what she
She
said.
wasn't joking.
You are
Yep,
doing
that's what she
it.
said.
You
That
are
was a
doing it.
And like Roxy usually like jokes about like, you know, hurting people and mutilating people all the time or killing people all the time. It's just a joke she has.
Something.
But sorry?
Don't stab him with the dagger I just gave you.
That would be so symbolic though. You've like given me the means to rid him of this evil.
How about Rox just chills for a minute and we don't lose her?
Sorry, I forgot my Walkman. I wasn't listening to my Walkman.
I told you she just needs to chill out, guys. She needs to chill. She's too tightly wound. We need to chill her out.
Either way, guys, I got a really bad feeling this might be the end of Roxy.
Yeah,
This might be.
just don't use any unforgivable curses, and Levi's dad can maybe get you out of jail.
Well, the fact is, if he attacks me, and I use magic to defend myself, because he attacked first. So if he uses magic and I defend myself, I'll get expelled from school. If I don't use it.
But you're the one who drew your wand first.
Yeah, you drew the wand first. So if
Yeah.
yes, he attacked you, but like if I'm in a situation and someone pulls a gun at me and I have a gun, I'm gonna pull my own gun out.
And then I'll pull out my gun.
You know,
everyone has their guns, and we're in a Mexican stand-up.
100% Rox is in the wrong. She's going to jail. She needs to just chill. Jordan, you need to take this time between now and the next time we play and just chill out.
Well, either way, like.
Go either way.
Because if she casts an unforgivable curse, that's just like life imprisonment. You don't get out of Azkaban. But because she's a minor and she's like doing magic and being stupid, she'll get expelled, like for sure. Which whatever. She was gonna drop out anyway. If anything, worst case, she probably would have a short sentence about, I don't know. This is how I imagine the Wizarding World works. But with underage magic, you don't go to Azkaban usually. But if you go out and attack people, you probably do.
Didn't Alec use the Crucio? So like whatever happened to him would be the same thing that would happen to Roxy as a minor, correct?
Yeah, Alec actually never went to prison.
Oh, that's right.
The way I imagined it was like he kind of went into self-exile. I didn't really specify that, but the way I pictured it was Alec was kind of given an ultimatum to ministries. It's like you leave the country or we imprison you. So maybe that's the incentive for Roxy to go live in Morocco because she can't go back home. Or, well, she would be.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, because she did cast because she's doing it in Mexico, it would be the Mexican ministry that would apprehend her, but her trace is in Russia. So she'd probably be banned from both those countries.
What my question is, walk us through like going into this. What was Roxy's ideal? Like, what did she want to hurt Ivan? Like, actually, was she planning on it? Was she just trying to scare him, like in her head, or did she not think that through? Like, what was the ideal end to this?
She did not anticipate he would actually attack her, because and this is a wrong assumption. Her assumption of Ivan was that he did this. He hid the person he was to other people, but then behind closed doors, he was this monster. But that's not the case. Like, Juan is very openly an asshole. So, yeah. So, like, she didn't anticipate him to attack her. But she fully went in going like, I'm just going to threaten this guy to protect my friend. Because if I attack him, I've still got the trace on me. Like, I'll get in trouble. And then Juan will get in trouble probably. And Juan will be mad at me. But now she kind of has like, she will defend herself because Roxana's an idiot. So she's going to be like, oh, we're doing this.
Oh, okay. I just want to say. Hark. We have lost the PC, so don't kill anyone.
Yeah, fair game.
No, I think that Brandon was going to say if we should talk about the survey.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, so I sent everybody a survey on the Discord chat. So if you guys aren't on the Discord chat, those of you who are watching, I'll try to put a link in the bottom if you guys want to join us, because we do a lot of really fun things, especially if you're following the campaign and want to talk to other people about the campaign and stuff. And I asked them, the survey asked, of the 4 PCs, choose 1 to save. Of the other 8 Zodiac NPCs, choose 2 to save. And then I said, fill in the names of 3 to save. So what do you want to ask me about the survey?
Can we ask who's winning so far?
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not.
He's losing.
Okay.
Because that might swing things, and I don't want to. I don't want to muddy up the data.
You can't tell us who's losing?
Yeah.
No, I can't tell you that either, because that also can sway things. So.
Okay.
Is this survey?
I don't want to tempt people.
Like, when does it have an end, or is it already closed?
No, the survey's still open.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a guarantee? Like, let's say Levi gets voted last. Like, everybody's like, oh no, save Rox, Juan, and Al. Is it like a guarantee thing Levi's dying? Or is it just like
No.
pretty close, good chance he might die?
There's no guarantees. There's never any guarantees. But it'll make more sense. The survey will make more sense later.
No.
Later, like in Act 1 or later in Act 2?
You can take Roxy's name off it.
The answer is yes.
Thank you, Hark.
Anything else you want to ask me that you think I might be able to answer for the survey?
Are you just trying to find out who people like so you could kill them?
Yeah. Well, in that case, chance is dying.
I'm trying to find out who people like, not necessarily so I can kill them and target them, but just to get a feel for who... I like to take a temperature on which characters resonate with people more than others, and if I feel like one is not resonating with people as much, I try to bump them up more.
That makes sense.
And then,
Now, you're getting ready to kill Toby, right? I mean...
Oh my god.
Everyone.
Oh, Toby had a lot of great scenes in this one.
Yeah, he had. Yeah. This was a good Toby episode, and
super good Toby episode.
Yeah, more than
of course.
Ever, I think he's gonna die because that was so much foreshadowing.
Well, he's gonna die from a broken heart that his best friend is in jail forever.
Yeah.
That's also right.
Toby doesn't matter to you no more. You're gone. Who cares?
Well, the thing is, if Roxy does the stupid thing, let's face it, she is dumb, so she might do the really stupid thing and just do something regrettable without really meaning it. Like if you panic and you just go, oh, and he gets crucioed, classic. But I reckon Toby would have a stern talking to her and be like, don't you remember the memory you just watched? Did that not teach you maybe sometimes there's another way of going about things? Because your life is over.
I try to avoid taking too long on parts in the campaign where I'm just role-playing and you guys are just watching me role-play. So I know that scene was just me talking, but hopefully there was hopefully you got something out of that scene.
Some of those
I alluded.
Right, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say some of those scenes are my favorite. Because I really, really enjoy the Alec and Natasha scene a lot. I still talk to my friends around my house about that scene because of how good it was.
Thank you.
And I really enjoyed this scene too. And I think part of it also was because we went to that Holocaust museum. And you're like, I need to get some ideas, and now me and AJ know why you wanted.
Yeah, when Brandon and AJ came to my house. One of the things we did was we went to the Holocaust Museum because I've never been and I always wanted to. I live so close and I've never been to the Holocaust Museum. I always wanted to. And I've alluded very earlier on in some other vlogs that there's definitely, we're going to be exploring a little bit about what the wizarding world was like during the Holocaust. And I definitely have alluded that Toby has a story, his family has a story, not necessarily Toby himself. And I said, we're going to be dealing with the Holocaust but the story might not be what you think it's going to be about. Because I think a lot of people are going in about how Toby's family was like sent to a concentration camp, or people that they know was sent to a concentration, like things like that. And of course, that's probably what many people would immediately think when I say Toby, who's Jewish, has a story about the Holocaust. But it's something way more complicated than that. And it's just the whole concept of the Wizarding World. I basically, this is some stuff I have in my notes about how I envisioned. So World War II occurred from 1939 to 1945. It was a war amongst the Muggles. And the Wizarding World tried to distance themselves from it as much as possible. It was common practice, and we know this from the books, for the Minister of Magic to reach out to the leaders of the world. So when Hitler first became Chancellor, this was no exception. He was visited by the German Ministry of Magic. So Hitler was informed by the Wizarding World, in this story. And he was very intrigued by the Wizarding World and asked if the wizarding community could help with his movement and his regime. The German Ministry of Magic said that the rules prevented him from intervening, regardless of how much he shared in Hitler's ideals and goals. Despite that, he couldn't do anything. The deal was they would leave him and his affairs alone if Hitler would leave them alone. And he agreed. So the Ministry of Magic wiped all traces of wizards and witches from the draft during the war. So none of the wizards and witches were supposed to be enlisted into the war. Some of them did. They just made sure that they didn't use magic. Yeah. Because that would be unfair.
Was about that knocked on the door.
And there were wizards and witches who were on both sides of the war. And, you know, I was trying to think, what if you found yourself in a situation where you could save other people who you thought, I mean, even on the other side, like in Hitler's forces, if they could intervene and save their own people, regardless of whether you agreed with, you know, the Hitler regime or not, you couldn't, theoretically, because the ministry would go down on you, because in their eyes, this is a Muggle problem. This is a Muggle issue, not a wizard issue. Yeah. And when Voldemort came on, the Ministry of Magic said, this is not a Muggle issue, this is a wizard issue. Let's do everything we can to protect the Muggles and make sure they don't have to deal with this. Yeah. So that hopefully got not only the characters, but all the players thinking about what the Statute of Secrecy means and why it's in place. And hopefully I don't think I was trying to convince anyone of anything with that scene, but at least hopefully made people think more and at least understand the complexity of this issue.
It definitely kind of establishes Tritessa and Toby as a powerhouse in terms of that argument. Like, they represent the side of the statute should remain. And then, like, I think because Levi is going to become a lawyer, they might actually put themselves at odds, because Levi's got very different views on the Muggle world and what that should be like. But I just thought that scene was very appropriate and well done, I think, considering the subject.
Good job, Hart.
Super good job.
Like, from a narrative standpoint, what they had just talked about, where she's like, I'm going to, you need to tell them this. Like, you need to point all the fingers on me so you and the others don't get hurt, because I'm going to, like, sacrifice myself for whatever and have the blame on me and the attention on me. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. That's not the right thing to do. And then showing her this, going like, this is what happens when you take it all upon yourself, because you do put other people at risk, and you put the entire community at risk if you do that.
Tobias, yes, you can see him as a hero, but he did almost completely doom his family.
He did.
You know, he almost did. Like, if the Ministry of Magic came back, because they did come back, but by that point, the family had fled. And fortunately, they managed to survive. But it was really, really dicey, and they put them in a horrible position, other than the fact that they left, his wife husbandless and his daughter fatherless. Other than that. So
like it's completely understandable because the injustices committed during World War II are just atrocities and complete perversions of how you should treat a human. That being said, me as a player, I think if I was in that situation, I would have prioritized my family. So I agree with Toby, but Roxana does not. Roxana was like, he was a hero because I would have done that.
Yeah.
Which
that makes very much in character. very much in character.
Situation, but Roxana's like going to be like, this ain't right, bro.
Yeah.
You going down.
Now, let's talk about the biggest bitch in the whole campaign.
Oh no, yes.
Can we talk about her?
Maybe we should start with AJ on that.
Well, I mean, I knew as a player that I shouldn't have drank the tea, and I knew as a player that I shouldn't have assumed she would not try to hurt me, but I had to act in Albion's, what would Al do? And Al still trusts her. Even now, after all of that, Al still feels bad for her because that's just how he is. Like, he's still worried about her because he feels like she's the one that needs help. Like, he's starting to see that
she's unhinged.
He's not taking it personal anymore. Like, he's worried about her. Like, he kind of saw her deteriorating in front of him. So yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked as a player about how that played out, but I think it's an eye-opener for Al, and I mean, I'm glad it didn't end worse. I mean, she could have done a lot worse, and yeah, I don't know, like, even in the moment where he saw her with the wand up, like, he wasn't going to cast a spell at her. Like, he couldn't. He was going to try to calm her down and, like, reason with her because he still feels like there's a bit of Asa there that he used to know.
Like, I would say that was the most troubling part for me. Like, that upset me because I called it from ages ago. I was like, she's going to try and do this. And then as soon as he said, she has a tray of tea, I'm like,
yeah.
You think what happened with Yvonne's bad, but like if Roxy got her hands on Asa,
just as a really
backhand,
I got so angry. Like, maybe I thought maybe she's still a bitch, but maybe she won't try it, And the moment that happened, I was like,
but she's, in her perspective, she's coming from a place of love. Like, she truly thinks that's what's best for Albion. So, like, not that I agree with her, but she's not doing it maliciously.
No. She's misguided, and
she's misguided.
Like, she's gotten to that point where she genuinely needs help. Like, she's unhinged.
Yeah.
Like, the extent she's going to, it's obsessive. Like, you need to talk to someone and stop that.
Yeah. That was the most, probably of all the campaigns that I've done, that definitely is one of the top most uncomfortable scenes that I've had to do. And I did not look forward at all to do that scene with Albion, because getting into Asa's headspace was super uncomfortable for me, and having her say the things that she did was super uncomfortable. And I think I did a pretty decent job of foreshadowing this. Yeah. I dropped a lot of hints that this was going to be in Asa's future, like from the moment that earlier on when you witnessed that other students' robes turn white, and how she was saying she wanted to be in the AMRS, and the AMRS are all in white,
baby.
So I was definitely dropping those hints that that's where she was going, and I feel horrible because on paper, like when I first had Asa as a character, I thought she was super sweet, and I do think that she's super sweet, and it hurts me to have to throw her into this really huge tragedy, but for the sake of the narrative, it was something that needed to happen, because I think this whole thing between Albion and her and his sexuality and the fact that there's magic that could fix this like it all had to come to this, and yeah, just get people talking, because I think it's a really interesting issue.
Yeah, the moment I thought about the love potion, I was like, would this even work? This makes you fall in love, but if you aren't even the little bit attracted, does it work? Does it really work?
I don't think she actually gave him a love potion, because I think if she had
Or
done that, he
some-
would have been like fully.
Yeah, I don't think she can make one yet.
It wasn't a love potion.
No, she's trying
She
to
was-
change his like inclination.
She was trying, exactly. That was what she was trying to do, and that's why she was doing so poorly in school, because she was obsessed with helping Albion by coming up with this concoction, and she did it to him a second. This was not the first time she did it. She did it one other time when Albion came to her right after her robes turned orange. We played out that scene, and I played it out the way Albion remembered it going, but that's not what actually happened.
Yeah.
What actually happened was they actually had a conversation. She offered him some tea, and they had you can kind of fill in the blanks there. It didn't work out the way that she intended. She obliviated him, and he just remembers that I didn't get to talk to her at all.
Wow.
I wonder if the time skip, if there's going to be any ramifications now for Albion,
In what
having
sense?
been like obliviated a bunch.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Like not necessarily getting cancer, but like starting to forget things. And
He's been obliviated twice. I don't know how harsh the effects will be.
I thought she did it more than twice.
No, she said that
Oh, okay.
the
'Cause
last time. And
I
when,
thought-
The last time.
that
and when
shit.
he obliviated again, she said, well, three times is the charm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe 3 times will be the charm.
She
yes.
needs help.
yeah.
She is a bit cuckoo for
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs.
I'm sorry, we had you refresh. So what were you trying to say before? I'm so sorry.
I have no clue.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Brandon's here. That Levi scene with it, because I was just like sobbing, right? Because the Albion stuff. And then like
Oh,
the
Levi.
scene, just like that was such a genuine, I want to say performance, but like when he's talking to Hunter, going like, you know what? No, I'm not stupid. I am not stupid.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah.
that. So I think despite the fact that Roxana and Juan have kind of made amends with him, I think he's going to be a very different person as an adult, because he's kind of gotten that confidence where he's like, no, I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
I was just gonna say it was definitely something. I think Hark did a really good job setting it up, because like that was kind of in the secrets that nobody knows, or that Levi doesn't know. Was
You're talking about with Hunter.
yes.
You're talking about with Hunter.
Yes, yes. And so like when Levi found out that he was accepted, and like he's had these feelings of not feeling good enough for a long time, and then it's just like sitting right in his attic is the letter saying you were always good enough. Like you were never not good enough.
Yeah. I was so angry at Brandon because I really like Hunter a lot. I really, really liked him a lot. And so when I read that was the secret you wanted, I was like, oh man.
I still like Hunter a lot. He clearly did it for like loving his child.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like out of like,
I know.
no, my son can't make it in Gryffindor. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like
So-
that. But of course that's how Levi's taken in his young mind. But
So I was not looking forward to that scene because I knew that had to be addressed. And I was like, okay, fine. Brandon's forcing me to do this with Hunter's character, so okay, fine. So I did it, and it was a great scene. I wasn't like, happy when we were doing it, but I knew it was a necessary thing that you personally wanted. So I'm just saying it right here. I wasn't the one who was trying to torture Levi. That wasn't my idea. That was Brandon's idea to torture his own character.
and Levi's not supposed to be here, but
It's like every decision I make is just making Roxana's life harder.
You're making Roxana's life shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to
It reminds me how good my life is.
AJ?
Before we go off the Levi topic, I wrote down, I think it's interesting, like, we saw Levi finally stick up for himself and, like, confront people, like, you guys don't believe in me, but it's weird because I think so much of that's happened, and that's why Levi almost doesn't believe in himself for a bit. Like, he still has low self-esteem, so I thought it was neat that after he confronted everyone, then he could kind of confront himself, and that letter kind of gave him the power to, like, really believe, okay, I'm not worthless, I'm not stupid. So it kind of came full circle.
That is kind of like a big, because like the whole time I was like sitting down thinking like Levi feels like his team doesn't trust him because he's stupid, or his team doesn't feel like his team believes in him or anything like that, or nobody believes in him. He didn't have anybody at the school believe in him. And then like slowly all of you guys have, even just today when we had our conversation, you guys were all like, you know, we do have faith in you, we do believe in you. Yeah, he doesn't believe it. Like, just hearing words, he doesn't believe it. But then when he saw that letter, it really made him believe like he definitely had the skill. He does kind of feel like it passed him now. Like he does feel like he could have been a great wizard, but now he's just not. He's not a great wizard. Look at my midterm scores, guys. But he still tries really hard. And then I wanted to make it clear to when I was saying about doing the whole hunter scene that Levi doesn't care about being a great wizard. He cares that like he's a loving person. Like he cares about people. That's the number one thing he cares about, is that at the end of the day, everybody should know Levi does care about everybody.
Yeah.
I'm so keen to see like the ramifications of next episode and all the things that happen in this one unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Plus it being the finale, this is gonna be a doozy. Mm-hmm. This finale is gonna be insane, guys.
Yeah.
Like we got Rocks over here like going to jail. We have Levi having a semi like mental breakdown over his self-worth. We have Juan and Al are doing pretty good. This is a pretty good Juan and Al episode.
Juan's
I'll just discover that his best friend was trying.
Oh wait, Al did discover his best friend has been trying to turn him straight, and that okay. So Juan's had a pretty good episode today.
Well, Juan's probably gonna be very conflicted because he's like, well, I didn't really like the guy, but did you have to beat him up? Like,
not even just beat him up, eviscerate him.
I'm more worried about Roxana than anything else.
That's gonna make his mom upset, and then Juan's gonna be upset.
You guys want to know what I hope? You guys want to know what I hope happens before I break out again? Is I hope right before Rox casts the whatever curse she's gonna pick from her arsenal of curses, right before she casts it, I hope Toby decided to show up and unwands her, whatever it's called. Expelliarmus.
Oh, and he knocks her wand down.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping happens. Is Toby decided to come last minute, sees what's going on, and whacks your wand right out your hand before you.
And then I'm like, anything. Surprise! I have my dad's wand.
She does.
Pew, pew, pew.
There's so much that happened, guys. We still have to talk about Orion, this guy with this Vieno Seppa guy. Like, there's so many things.
Oh yeah.
But you guys, we got to talk about Roxy's sweaty feet. We got to talk about that.
It made me feel nauseous. I'm like,
yeah, like, I don't know. What do you guys think of Orion? That seemed really random. Totally random.
Well, Bellatrix is one of the stars.
It probably won't matter.
Bellatrix what?
Bellatrix is one of the stars in Orion too. And the one thing that Madame Vu, or whatever her name is, in this campaign, Anna Silva, the one thing she said was connect the dots, which stars,
constellations.
No way.
I don't know. Al has some research to do, but
this whole campaign has been like constellation zodiac, so it has to do with this. We're going to the stars, guys. We're going to Star Wars. We're going to Star Wars.
Circle of fate.
Millennium Falcon, here I come. I have a lightsaber. I'm gonna go take down the Empire, guys. I'm gonna go take down the Empire.
I hope you. I was gonna say, Levi, if you broke up with Chessa, I would have been so sad because Chessa wouldn't have been able to give you her Christmas present.
I was gonna break up with her that moment. I was when we were talking, but then like she's just so like sweet and like I don't know, and she's like literally been the only person that hasn't made Levi feel less than he is. And like I said, it would be so easy for her to be like, Levi, why are you so like not smart compared to her? Why are you not good at magic? Why are you not good at this? And she just because like compared to everybody else, she's very high, and
Hopefully,
she's never done that.
Hopefully, yeah, Chessa is able to convince Levi that Levi hasn't been holding her back. In fact, like Chessa's kind of been holding herself back all this time, and it wasn't until she met Levi that Levi actually like unshackled her a bit and actually let her like soar and fly. So it's I feel like Levi is looking at it the wrong way. That yeah, he might see himself as an anchor, but I think he's had the opposite effect to her in that sense.
Yeah, I feel
Oh yeah. When I used my metaphor for an anchor, then you killed my metaphor with your metaphor. I was like, she's just too smart. Like, there's nothing I can do.
like, yeah, I'm dead. I'm gonna have to spend the rest of my life with her.
Jess is a fighter. She fights for the things that she, you know, the things that she
Love.
go like her goals that she wants, and I think that
love.
she's 100% willing to fight for Levi, even if she has to fight Levi himself for him.
She's so great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure everybody who's watching is like, don't break up with Chessa, Levi.
You'd be so
Yeah,
stupid.
Tess is too smart.
It's just funny because like the reason he was gonna break up with Chessa is the exact same reasons he broke up with Anastasia. So, but I don't know. It's hard to say like exactly what happened because like you know where that RP's happening and it hasn't happened yet. So, but like I feel like Chessa is fighting a little harder to keep the relationship and like to support Levi more than make him feel less.
Chessa's got a very interesting. She's all about balance, and I think she's just trying to balance, not to, you know, force Levi to stay with her, but also like you know let him know that she wants it to work. Like she really does want to continue this. So
Yeah.
you know.
Speaking of ships that I need to go a little faster, Finn and Albion, he finally kissed him on the cheek. That was the best. Or forehead.
On the forehead.
That was the best.
Very, very
perfect
sweetly.
pace. It's going the pace it should because
No, there's only one more episode before the season finale, guys. It's going too
When we
slow.
come back, they're gonna be married. Don't worry about it.
Well,
I was like,
now that
they were in that room by themselves. They were finally alone in that room by themselves. So if it was gonna happen,
Yeah.
I'm just
now
like
that Al told Finn, he might be in more danger, but I don't know. I felt like that's what Al would do.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
definitely.
the microphone.
I just made up with Finn. I know he's gonna.
I had forgotten about the microphone.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
the
Microphone.
microphone.
So much
It's clearly
stuff
the
happened.
it's clearly the guy that Toby sent the stuff to, right?
Oh, you think Vieno Seppa did? Whatever. Vieno Seppa did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't
They
know.
were
Who,
talking about-
So Jordan, all I'm going to say is that you have a week to decide how you're going to handle the next session. So I'm just going to trust that whatever you do, that you fully understand what the consequences will be. So as long as you're okay with that, that's all I'm going to say.
like, I do like playing as Roxana, but I mean, she would do this, so she's an idiot. But like, I'm going to try because she's not aiming to kill him; she's aiming to defend herself. So, yeah, I think Roxana's going to get in big trouble, but I don't know if she's going to be put away for life. Hopefully, if I play my cards right.
Okay. We shall see.
Too much stuff happened in this session.
Al is going to after he got the picture from Finn, there's a lot of things pointing to that trophy, so he's going to examine that a little more. We just didn't have a chance because it went to that Yvonne scene, but
Yeah.
I think there's something there. So Al's he's gonna wonder why all of this is pointing to that trophy and his mom, because 3 gifts tied to that.
Connect the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I should go get that statue, and he walks outside.
Yeah. Well, or I was thinking, since I took Juan outside for his gift, like maybe that was happening while Roxy took. So like we could have maybe, if the timing was right, because I think all that the gift giving was happening like in different simultaneous pockets. I think.
Oh, that could.
We just need
work.
something to stop Rox. Like I don't
No,
like what she did
no,
was
this
noble. We
works.
just need her to stop.
This works. If we do that, Juan can stop both of them, get their ones off, and stop a massacre.
There's options.
Train has no brakes.
No, Rox, you're gonna stop. You're gonna be a nice person and stop hitting people with spells. What is it with your family that just can't do that? Just has to do spells against people.
Well, when I conceptualized
Your whole
Shvets,
family.
I like base them on the Targaryens, like that saying from Game of Thrones where they're like, they say every time a Targaryen is born, they flip a coin to see if they go mad. Same with
And what,
Shvets,
you got like
Yeah.
6 straight heads in a row or something?
50% chance you're going to turn into a crazy murderer.